Unbelievable recent Wikileaks revelations. Number 10. Vault 7. The largest ever Wikileaks revelation has just taken place, and this includes an astonishing total of 8,761 classified CIA documents and other secrets they don't want you to know about. The enormous amount of files released is Codename Year Zero by Wikileaks, and it's the largest ever publication of classified CIA documents ever. Going through this many documents is certainly time-consuming, so American Eye is going to snoop his way into the files and uncover what you need to know the most about what the government is up to. The stuff revealed in Vault 7 is way more than what Edward Snowden got his hands on, and it certainly exposes the sheer amount of spying capabilities from this branch of government. This was made available by a source who wants to make an argument that the CIA has too much power, and by the end of the video, you can be the judge. Number 9. Smart TVs. In our ways you could be getting spied on video, we mentioned this as a possible way that you could be getting spied on, but we had no idea how elaborate this spying operation truly was until now. In cooperation with the Engineering Development Group and the Center for Cyber Intelligence, the CIA is making hacking tools capable of spying on you with these devices. This was mentioned in what was known as Operation Weeping Angel. The development of smart TVs have allowed the government to watch you while you're watching TV. The TV will go into what's known as fake off mode, so even when you think your TV's off, it can still record conversations you have with your family and friends. It then sends the recordings to a CIA server via the internet. This is certainly the case with Samsung smart TVs. Wikileaks claims that it's even able to capture video and video screenshots. If you got one of these Samsung F8000 smart TVs, return it as soon as possible, because it could certainly be hacked. Number 8. iPhones and Androids. The CIA has developed numerous ways to hack your cell phone, especially the newer models of iPhones and Androids. This theory now seemingly has been confirmed, and they can now remotely activate cameras or microphones. Apple has denied the government access to hacking their products, but eventually, they just figured out how to do it themselves. They've made different variations of malware to hack into things such as iPads too. Infected phones can be instructed to send the CIA the user's geolocation, audio, and texting communication, and basically operate the phone's camera and microphone as they please. There's also a specialized unit at the CIA called the Mobile Development Branch in charge of developing this technology and monitoring the signals of the hacked phones. Oh yeah, and your Androids aren't safe either. The documents from Year Zero show the government has developed ways of sneaking into our WhatsApp, Telegram, and other communication apps. Where can we go to get away from these people? It's almost like we should just use pigeons again to deliver messages. But wait, Wikileaks revealed that the pigeons work for the CIA too. Okay, just kidding, but you get the point. Number 7. Covert hacking bases. In case you guys all the way in Europe think you are safe, you better think again. Recent WikiLeaks files have revealed there's a covert hacking base all the way in Frankfurt, Germany. The hacking base is disguised as a US consulate, but inside, it's nothing but a bunch of CIA spooks spying on people. The agents working here are given black diplomatic passports and operate under the cover as ambassadors. This allows them to breeze right past German security at airports, basically with these false IDs. They're also giving agents special instructions on how to get past secondary screens under false identities and not blowing their CIA cover. Editor of WikiLeaks, Julian Assange, states that the US is operating espionage missions and even kidnapping people in the EU states, including places like Italy and Sweden. And this is only the tip of the iceberg, so watch out. Number 6. Vehicle-controlled hacking. So if the CIA already has access to hack into our phones as they please, what other computer systems could they use in order to complete their mission of total control? WikiLeaks claims that the CIA was looking into technology where they could hack into control systems of new car models and trucks. The purpose of the research wasn't to help people if they were going to slam into a semi-truck. In fact, it's quite the contrary. WikiLeaks claims that they wanted to do this so they can actually assassinate people without it being traceable. This is a pretty big deal. People knowing your browser history on your cell phone might seem like the end of the world, but it probably won't kill you. This form of hacking certainly can. However, they seem to say that the likelihood of this happening is not too high. But a very mysterious car crash took place to a man named Michael Hastings. He was a journalist who apparently was preparing a big story about classified documents. Sounds familiar, huh? Is it possible they used this technology to keep this man silenced for good? Number 5. Operation Hammer Drill. The CIA had quite a few different programs in order to install the malware they created on other people's computers. They had a few cyber weapons up their sleeves, and one of those was a cross-platform malware that would target Microsoft, Linux, by infecting computers with CDs, DVDs, USBs, and other sophisticated malware. It's believed that this would work with the most secure computers on the planet. It also seemed to have the ability to infect computers that were never even connected to the internet before. So just be careful next time you put a CD or USB into your computer. It's also believed that the US took some of this technology from Russia, and if some of the devices were to be detected, it would essentially point the finger at them. Number 4. Codename Ricky Bobby. The codename for one of the malwares developed is known as Ricky Bobby. This is a lightweight implant specially designed to target computers running on newer versions of Microsoft Windows. This easy-to-install malware allows hackers to easily upload and download files and execute demands without being detected. This is remotely installed with physical access to target computers, most likely by people who pose as IT support. Once the malware is on the computer, it's on there for good, and there's apparently no way to get it off. It's very clear that the time and research that's been done to develop these cyber weapons was rather extensive. Number 3. Fine dining. No, we're not talking about eating at a fancy French restaurant. The codenames given to some of these Wikileaks attacks can get pretty wild, and it allows for a CIA operate to plant a hacking device program under the cover of playing an innocent computer game. So the entire time they're implanting malware onto a computer, no one will suspect any harm is being done. The system uses the cover of online games such as 2048, and the other cover is the media player VLC. They're also able to use existing tools on the computer such as things like Notepad for their hacking operation. They'll use Notepad to communicate with other CIA agents who can view what they're doing on that computer. Number 2. Operation Shoulder Surfer. Ever see someone kind of lingering over your shoulder, trying to see what you're doing on the computer? You might especially be cautious of shoulder surfers while you're at the ATM machine or typing in an important password to your Ashley Madison account. Yeah, that's basically what the CIA spooks are doing. They know this, and that's why they call this Operation Shoulder Surfer. It's a little bit hard to decipher all the government lingo in these documents, but we can clearly tell you that this was for hacking into people's private email box. This allows for them to hack into Microsoft Exchange servers and dig up things like your emails, and maybe even worse. For the love of God, someone do something. This will also allow them to obtain information stored in your computer, such as passwords and files stored on your computer. The CIA really knows how to beat a dead horse, and they seem to have several different ways to gain much personal information about a person as possible. And number 1, the overview. How does Wikileaks even exist, and how have they not been hacked? The Wikileaks server in Sweden is extremely secure. Julian Assange has assured us that the server is safe, and the technology the CIA would have to hack it would be way above their capabilities, for the moment at least. The sheer massive amount of hacking notes and documents found from Vault 7 is just simply overload. As you're reading through the files, you notice the time and effort put into these projects. Edward Snowden claims these documents appear to be real due to the fact that the insider terminology is being used that only CIA agents would know. Julian Assange asked the question, should the Geneva Convention be modernized in order to make this kind of hacking an international crime? What do you believe? Thanks for watching, and be sure to hit that subscribe button for new videos every day.